Evening, everyone. Good to see you all. Oh, it's been a while. I hope if this audio is too loud, you guys let me know because I do have it cranked up a little bit. I'm still having occasionally dust out there. I've been in and out a lot working on that car, the motor parts, and it's seems to mess my voice up all the time. It's a dusty. But anyway, good to see you all. Thank you for being here. It's been a while on the coffee break. Actually, I'm busy today. I was out there this morning doing a little tiny wire wheel copper from Harbor Freight. I was taking some rust off of the factory headers on the car. I got the paint, I think, yesterday, a couple of days ago. So I got the paint coming. It's here. Not coming, but it is here. So I got to get that started. And got everything I need for the paint regarding paint. I do need some paint stripper because I hate painting over on the timing chain cover. I've wire brushed most of the black paint off, but I'm going to go ahead and just get some stripper. Good to see you, Viejo. Russell, good to see you, man, across the pond. Hope you're doing well. You guys, check this out. Thank you for being here, too. I seen this the other day in a thrift store, and I thought it would just be perfect for a saying for my shows. Sorting out life one load at a time. I mean reloading. And got stickers up there, Zombie Pepper McMahon, Eagle Run 2-3. I can't hold many, but I did stick a few on that one. I love the 80s, which Eagle Run has that. And but yeah, I gave like $6 for that thing. When I seen it, I looked down, I says, sorting out life one load at a time. My brother said something. I says, I need that. That'll be a good little saying. But that's Walter too. That's you, Viejo. You've been doing it for 40-something years, right? So that's sorting out a lot. Hopefully on the reloading side, this is just to keep you all updated some and just to talk with you. Hoping I can get the start soon. Soon could be a few months. Some casting gear when I see it on sale. Because I do want to cast bad. Even if I have to buy the lead and learn how to mix it, which I'm sure I got a lot of people out there that know what they're doing. Viejo, Andy 79Z28, a few of the pros there when it comes to casting. Good to see you, Colt. Let me scroll up right here and call you guys out here. Colt 1927 was good to see you, Colt, man. It's always good to see you. Got Burgundy with us, JAKA Genvis Trip. Must be, I think, a trip channel. Check these ladies out. Some of them's got travel channels, prepping channels. But thank you for dropping by if you're still listening. Good to see you, Eagle Run 2-3. Got some stuff coming today that I talked to you about the other day that I was going to order, and I'll tell people about that in a minute. Vanessa Kitty is with us. Good to see you, Vanessa. Of course, I'm here. I still got it up our AR Guns 1776. Kind of weird, I know, because the channel's AR Patriot Nation. I got a reason why I changed that to that. I got things different coming. And but good to see you, Russell. I hadn't seen you in quite a while, man. I almost started to post this on the 76.com Highboy forum, and I was a little bit too late, so I didn't do it. But Colt 1920 says, hope to, let me highlight you guys, hope in order to, K&M case holder. Oh, yeah. I think I've seen that before, if not mistaken. I want to get a Sheridan case gauge, maybe split, open. I hadn't decided yet. I want to get another 9mm case gauge, just single. Hey, G. I did take some mods out a while back. I'll add you back, man. Don't worry about it. I'll get you back in there. What was I thinking here? I have this one, as you all know, EGW. And while I like it, I can get the bullet. Weird thing about this thing is I can get the bullet even within spec, right? And sometimes shorter than in spec. This is for you reloading guys, though, this subject. And most of the time, you'll barely feel the head just slightly above this gauge. I don't care if it's 40. I don't care if it's 9. And that's usually because of the length. I can shorten it, and a lot of times it'll just bottom out. And I know it'll fit in the firearms because I've tried it. I've shot it. So I'm just going to get a standard case gauge. You still use this somewhat occasionally. Do I recommend it? Yeah, if you want to get the bullet length quick without having a barrel and rotating it, it works. It absolutely does. But it may drive some of you OCD people, reloaders, kind of nuts because you will likely feel a bump. It'll sit just a hair proud. But guess what? It still works. I have a 40. My brother has a 40, and I got the 9. But I'm going to get a single, probably a L.E. Wilson 9 millimeter. Gun Websites is with us. Hey, man, thank you for dropping in. Check his channel out, guys. Check all these people out. G, I'm not sure G has. I know one time you missed a Saturday there. I'm not sure you're streaming on Saturday. I hadn't really been doing much research on it. I jump in G-Webs occasionally here lately, say hello. But thank you for the thumbs up, G-Webs. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, man, I miss you guys, everybody. It's I did it so much there for a while. One time in the early days, I was doing Monday with Echo, Thursday with me, Friday with Echo again, and then occasional, one here and there. So those days, that seem like a long time ago now in some ways. He says, I missed this week. Yeah. Yeah, I try to jump in there always. Sometimes I'll stay a little while, sit back and listen, what they call lurking. Got a guy on here, Brutal Bob. He lurks a lot. He told me, and I said, okay. I never thought about putting it that way, but hey, it's, occasionally I'll log in. Most of the time I usually do say hello right away when I hit a stream. I think it's just my nature. But Coates says he loves those L.E. Wilson gauges. Yeah. Yeah. I got one for a 223 and I like it. I have a Dillon, and I don't use a Dillon. I just basically use this one. And because I'll say this, because times are tough or may get tougher in this country and around the world, I'm starting to do a bulk. I thought about putting it on the 650, but I enjoy reloading, so I'm going to keep doing it on the turret. So I'm starting back into 223 556 again. So I do have the L.E. Wilson here in 223 556. And it works great. I can do it either way. I use that, but I typically go with this. And as we know, this stuff, the gauges, which y'all are familiar with, they're too expensive. If I had to do it over now, I wouldn't buy them, probably. If I did, I'd only buy one caliber. I bought back in the day when they were really like $135, $40 on sale. No tax, free shipping, plus discount. 10, 20, 30% off at Brownells. Oh, those days, man, I bought like mad there for a while. But now, boy, I ain't no telling what them things cost. But I do like it because it's kind of fast. I can check them. But I do know that most people aren't going to want to buy this stuff because you go down the rabbit hole so deep here with this. So I do, want to do this. Maybe it's more tutorials and things. I might do some competition shows coming up. But anyway, to get to some more stuff, I got gear coming today, which I've spoken to Eagle Run 23 about the other week. I mentioned it to Hasbro yesterday. And it's not here. It says it's coming by apparently Brownells moved it over to the Postal Service. They done put my mail in the box today. And apparently it says it's going to be here by the U.S. Postal Service by 9 o'clock tonight. I guess they got a different courier that brings it here. I don't like that when it's dropped off like that, but it is what it is. And the other day on my phone, I don't know, some of you all know this, some of you don't. Actually, I don't think nobody on here knows it right now. My phone was destroyed. I dropped it out here when I brought my motor back here right before Thanksgiving. And I was able to go on the cloud, Google, and recover everybody's phone number. So I bought I'll tell you this story right quick. Bought my new phone. Got it right here. It's going back. Brand new eBay, unsealed. Samsung S22 Ultra. So glad. It took me 4 days, 2 days where one day the guy claimed nobody was home when I was in and out all day listening for him to knock on the door. He didn't walk around and ring the doorbell. So I wound up 2 trips to Athens, Georgia. One trip they couldn't find it. Second trip they finally found it. Well, it worked for less than 24 hours, and it still recognizes a SIM, but the network will not come up anymore. So I bought this thing run for about $1,100, $1,200 new. It was last year's model. I got it for like $700-800. Well, it's my first bad cell phone I ever bought. So it went bonkers on me last night. So I got to order another one. I'm waiting on the return, RMA or whatever, from eBay seller to return this. Now, I checked the SIM. I put it in another old phone, and I called, and it works perfect. But for some reason, the phone recognizes the SIM, but it don't recognize the network. It will not have a network come up. And Eagle got a few before. Okay. Yeah, good thing. I got that stuff coming, Eagle, that we talked about, the build stuff. Guys, I have some gunsmith stuff coming. More stuff. And I got a little bit more coming, too. Going to be coming, I should say, really. I've got to order. It's in the cart. I tend to do that, just leave stuff in the cart for a few weeks. And we're going to do I may do a show. If it comes in time today, it says by 9 p.m. tonight from Brownells. If it comes in time, I may do a 6:30 p.m. Monday night show, 6:30 to 7. MacMan starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time now. So probably about 6:30. If it don't come, I'll probably won't do the show. So that's why I did this coffee, to let you all know that I may do a show, I might not. We'll just kind of see, cross our fingers here and hope. But I'll show you some of the gear I've got, and I'll show you some of the gear I've had for quite a while. And we'll talk about that some. And I want to get with you too, Eagle, on some things and collaborations and some reloading lives where we can always show the parts and our tools, you name it. We'll come up with something if you want to. And which I've mentioned something to you about that before. Eagle says here, what does he say? I still need to inventory on my stuff and see what I even have when I need to get. Yeah, I'm not there probably with much stuff as you got. You've been doing these builds for quite a while. Me, I bought stuff. I got gunsmith hammers, what you've seen, all seen. And, I know something else I got I was wanting to say too. I got that thing. I love the 80s. I seen that on Eagle Runs. I think on it. It seemed like he's on his workbench. And I didn't realize I had it over here. I thought it looked familiar. And I put it up there with tape right now. But anyway, welcome to the channel, the new people. We're, like it says, sorting out life one load at a time, plus one build at a time. And but good to see you guys here, gals. Appreciate you dropping in. Got a few on. 8. Yeah, I miss streaming. I do. I miss MacMan being on here. Me and him. I'm gonna get with Hasbro. I didn't think Hasbro. I hadn't texted him yet because I've actually got to get his number into. I'm using right now to contact people. I'm using a Text Now app that's free on an old Note 5 phone, which is slow as Christmas. So I figured 6:30 p.m. probably a little bit too early for him being a working man and doing things. So I don't know if he can make it, but if not, we'll do it maybe another weekend too. What me and him do, we did one before on some gear and things we did. It seemed like we did on reloading, or was it probably gunsmithing stuff? I was thinking we didn't cover it that heavy. He only showed a few things, and I only showed a few things. Eagle says, "Let's go. I am burning down this YouTube this month. Daily." Yeah, I seen that, man. You rolling them out, man. If I could if I could edit faster, I probably would roll out some. I don't like editing. Maybe I just need to edit and just learn and deal with it. It annoys me just to have to sit there and constantly cut, slice. I did see a program the other day that actually takes your dead spaces out when you're not talking, but you got to use another program then to pull your video in. So, hey, that's too much software. But hey, got GGW Outdoors with us. Good to see you, GGW. He's one of our regulars. Vanessa is, Eagle. Good to see you. A lot of you older people's been with me for a long time here. Eagle Run, Vanessa, Kitty, Coat 1927, G23, gun websites. He does 2A stuff. Yeah, check Eagle's channel out. Eagle's doing has a lot of guns and parts, and he don't just reload. He builds a lot of stuff like Hasbro does. Good to see you, M.C. or MC. Thank you for dropping in, man. Great to see you guys. And, I was out there early about 8 or 9 this morning. That's my early. And I was doing a little bit wire wheeling some of my factory headers on my car. Motor's still in the back of the truck, and with plastic on it. And I hate going out anywhere because I'm suspicious somebody was to 4 or 5 guys was to try to lift my motor off her. I'd be crapped out of luck. And I don't want it hijacked and my motor stolen in the back of a truck. So my daughter the other day said, "Don't worry about it, Dad. You're all right." I said, "Yeah, you never know these days, especially with rolling gangs around it. Around here, it's not as bad. Around Atlanta, it's really some like Gwinnett County area. Boy, they go out like teams of 8 or 10, and they'll go through a parking lot and steal a ton of wheels, strip cars, do all kinds of stuff." Hey, Mac, man, what's up, man? Good to see you. How you like this, Mac? If you're listening, sorting out load one load at a time. I bought that. There's your sticker up there. PA, Eagle Run, and Inline Fab, and Zombie Prepper, and Down Home. It's hard to see yours. Yeah, yours is a little smaller there. It's got the state of Texas 23. I just stuck those up there right quick because I don't have an actual board. I got something coming I don't want to talk about yet as a background. I got to mount I got to do some wood and get it built. So where it'll fit. It's a little shorter than that rod up there now on that brown thing you're looking at back there. Yeah, good to see you, Mike. Don't work too hard, man. Or actually work hard. Sold a lot. But I hope that gear gets here from Brownells because I'd like to put together, even if it's a solo show. I can do a solo show tonight, maybe around 6:30 p.m. and get back in the swing of things. I still got my gear here, all my most of my parts for the AR build. Can't see it, but it's there. Got more back there. Some of this stuff I've had for quite a while. I just didn't say anything about it. Hey, James, how you doing, man? Appreciate you dropping in. I'm back on 223 because of the crazy world we live in. I'm going to go ahead and get that. And I'm going to get me a food, the thing that seals food saver. And I'm going to date it and put a date on it and what's in it, label it, and I'm going to store it maybe in a food saver, some plastic. You can get the plastic real cheap at Costco, generic. I'm on food save the crap out of strips of ammo and put it away. And if I can get ammo again, like 223 or 55 grain soft point or a full metal jacket, I have seen as low as 8 cents a round, which is, you're talking like $150 for 2,000. If I can get anywhere from about 170, 80 shipped for 2,000 on a sale, I'm going to get some more. Hey, good to see you, Tread. But, yeah, I got that thing another day in a thrift store. That thing that says sorting out life one load at a time. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Eagle Ryan says, supposed to be working on his shed. Must be break time. Oh, MC. Oh, okay. But, yeah, appreciate you guys being here, man, taking your time. I know a lot of you are busy. Wow, got 14 on here. Not bad for a unannounced, no promo coffee. I'm not even drinking coffee. I'm drinking water, actually. Already had my coffee. I wish the equipment was here. I would maybe show some of it, but I do have other stuff, which I've shown you a few times. I've got the... I don't really want to do, well, I can do it at night too on a show. I got the old Magpul wrench, but I like this. I have used it. It looks like more cast metal. But if I had to do over again, and they didn't have it at that time, Midwest Industries, I don't know if you're aware of it, Eagle. They have a fantastic, and I like it. I've seen it. It's kind of a heavy steel building wrench. Can't beat it. Great tool. I like Midwest better than I do the Magpul. And here on the Magpul, to do the castle nut, you got to slide it over the tube. I think the Midwest, if I'm not mistaken, it is steel and you don't have to do it. And there's also a staking kit I have found online through a American School of Gunsmithing. One of his students has come out with a staking kit that's on Brownells, and I'm buying it in time. I don't think it's in stock right now. It's foolproof staking where you're never off. I mean, it's just dead on every time on a castle nut. So, but when that stuff comes in, if it does, we'll do a show tonight, and I'll get it posted. Like if it comes in a couple hours from now, I'll go ahead and post the show for tonight, and I'll be going right before Mac. Where's my nail at? Bear with me, guys. There we go. I got gunsmith hammers, punches. I got Walmart punches, Starrett punches, roll pin Grace punches. I don't want to get in there because I want to show you on the stream. So I wish I could talk about it, but we'll talk about it and get a show going. Oh, no, man, that's taking a while, Trey. I haven't even taken it to him yet. It got it right before Thanksgiving. I'm working on painting the oil pan. I got to go get some. I haven't left because I'm waiting on the shipping of the gunsmith tools. I got all the paint, got everything. I just need some sandpaper, a gallon of acetone, even though I'm using brake cleaner. Brake cleaner don't go very far, or carburetor cleaner, even though it's got acetone, it just disappears and it's like $6 a can. That's just too expensive. And I probably bought $30 worth of that stuff, maybe more. And I'm going to get a gallon of acetone in a cloth, and I'm going to clean the oil pan, and I'm going to paint it. I've got a torque wrench here I bought to, I'll show you this one. It's $22. Vivor, 10 pounds to 80 foot-pounds, 3/8, brand new from Amazon. Calibrated with a certificate of calibration. I've always wanted a 3/8, and even though I know it's not a good one because it would cost probably $100, or one of those, like maybe go get one of those Lowe's torque wrench for lifetime warranty. But hey, $22 Amazon, I couldn't beat it. And also calibrated, so you can't beat that. This is what I'm going to torque the oil pan down. I do have a 1/2 inch of torque wrench, Sears Craftsman, like new, that a click one that I'm going to use for the gunsmithing, and for the AR builds. So, but anyway, yeah, I got to get this stuff painted. Day's Monday. End of this week, I'm taking it to the shop, and it may take him. Be honest with you, it may take him. It could be 30 days before he starts on my motor to put it in. It could be 2 months. I'm hoping definitely to have it out. I hope by March, because I'm supposed to go to Daytona, and don't know if that's going. We'll have to see if that works out. I know I'm probably going. I'm just not sure when the motor will get pulled. He could pull it in 2 weeks or 1 week. Not pull it, but install it or start installing it. He's got a lot of projects going on in his shop, similar to mine. He puts LS motors in 1960 classic cars. All kinds of stuff he does. And so he's got big projects he works on a lot. But I can't wait, man. I'm excited to get that car. Air conditioning, 10-speed AC, man, 10-speed heat, Cadillac type heat. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait. I'm tired of that old 4-wheel drive 4-cylinder with no AC. I about burn up in the summer. One time I had to carry me a thing of ice just to splash water on my face. It was so hot a few years back. But good to see you all. But yeah, I'll let you all know and update you a little bit more on the vet. But it's not long. I've got the only parts I got to get. I get some spark plugs, paint a few more parts, and timing chain and the oil pan, and I got to put a pickup screen on the oil pump and install that, and drop the oil pan on and torque it down. That's why I bought this wrench. It covers 10 to 80 pounds, foot-pounds. So won't be long. And I know one thing. I was driving my truck the other day, and I started, how it is when you imagine something. I thought, I was imagining myself sitting there in that car. I thought, oh man, this feels so good. And then I shook my head and I said, no, this is a piece of junk. But I can't wait to get it going. Jeez. And what's good about that thing, it has those shell seats, plastic type. And unless you wear the foam out, the seat never sags. The seat never, wears out like most car seats. That's why I love about that style back then. And I can drive for hours in that car, hours, even with my issues. And I can go and just get out, stretch my legs, and I'm fine. Let me, hang on a minute with me, guys. I got somebody highlighted. I got Eagle here highlighting, can't find him. Got him lost up here in the crowd there. There you go. But yeah, we're going to I want to do some stuff, though. Some collaboration with Hasbro. Maybe Mac Man if he wants to. I know he does builds. Good to see you, Mac. Tread. Good to see you, Tread. MC. And Mr. Nightbot. I've been pondering taking him out, but hey, at least all you got to do is look at 1776, drop your channel. Love Anita Blue. Hey, I stopped on your channel the other day and I didn't get a chance. I was busy doing some things and I didn't get a chance to watch it. One of your videos. Or it could have been a live. I don't remember now. I played a few seconds of it and got tied up and had to run. But thank you for just dropping in. It means a lot to me. Appreciate it. Check our channel out, guys. If you want to drop your channel to some of these guys that got wives, they can check you out. Hey, I check her out and I'm a guy. I used to call her the dancing lady. I used to dance a lot myself. And actually, I listen to music all the time. Sometimes even when I'm streaming, I'll have the TV on YouTube and I'll be playing all kinds of concerts, rock and roll, especially if I stream. Like if I'm on another channel, I can sit there and just bop my leg and just sit there and listen to music. And it don't come through this mic because of the system I've got. I tend to kind of like that music in the background. I'm a big music guy. I just grew up in that stuff. And there's nothing like, what does they say? Old time rock and roll. Bob Seger did. I love that old time rock and roll. Something about satisfy my soul. Heck, I can't even remember the words to it now. But I don't know why. I didn't think the the Postal Service, I didn't know they deliver stuff at 9 p.m. at night. But it says my thing will come in at 9 tonight. By 9 p.m. tonight. I thought, wow, that's late for the Postal Service. Dancing is good. It's how I lost 100 pounds. Wow. Yeah, matter of fact, I was slimmer back when I danced. Yeah, I sure was. I remember. I used to go, heck, in the 90s. Every Saturday. I live around Atlanta area, in case some of you new people don't know it. In Atlanta area, Atlanta downtown was full of clubs. The DeKalb County was full of clubs. It stayed open like 3:30 in the morning. We had one or two clubs that stayed open like to 5:30 a.m. I mean, you walk out basically 6 a.m. in the morning. I used to go out and do a lot of those when I was in my late 20s, early 30s, or 30s. And I used to go weekends in my 40s in my car. I'd get in that sports car and take off and just get out there and go. But I don't get out. There's nothing like that around here anymore. Everything kind of seems like around 2000, rock and roll just, when the 90s was over, almost like rock and roll died. Especially regarding, places to go listen to live music. They're still out there, but few and far between. And a lot of bands you hear is just the quality. They get off time. You can hear it in their playing. But I do miss rock and roll, though. And the live music. I love live music. I would like to see the Stones before they go. Because Mick Jagger's 80 years old now. And he can still get up there and run around on that stage like that, Where you at, Tread? I'm outside of I'm in Northeast Georgia. Near the Athens area. You have a safe week, too. Yeah, you keep dancing and sharing, too, Anita. Thank you for dropping in. Pleasure to have you. Appreciate it. Pretty good to see some of the ladies coming in here. Some don't, and they're busy, granted, during the day, most likely. But occasionally, one's popped in. These are from other communities. Oh, okay. Yeah. South Georgia. Georgia Trapping, he's south side Atlanta. I get the car. I hadn't talked to him in a while. I get the car. I'm going to probably run down there and visit him. And I'll be riding a lot of places. I got to go see quite a few people and maybe go do some shooting and things with them. And, or just visit. Need me a little simple tent to throw in my car because my trunk has a hatchback, so it don't hold a lot, it being glass. I do need to do some weather stripping on it. It's 34 years old, something like that. It's looks good, but you can tell it's not as tight on the doors and the windows as it should be. My top will even rattle a little bit. And typically a target top on a vet, even on the rear, if you don't tighten the two rear screws, you can drive it and it'll have like a shock on the weather stripping and you won't hear it rattle. Mine rattles, even though it looks good. So I got to replace that. Pollard. Oh, okay. James is in Macon? Huh. I didn't know that. Great. Yeah. Well, hey, I might get down there and see, drop by there and get the car going, drop in there and see some of you guys. I would like to go see Mac. I'd like to see Hasbro, Georgia, and if James is in the state, him, I'd maybe check some of you guys and people out. Be fun. I need a few more guns. I want to get me a simple, either Predator or, because I like the action, I want to get a Predator or a Ruger 308 lightweight American rifle. I had one before, brand new, and I traded it in like an idiot. And I want to get another one. Back then they were like $359, brand new. And the actions are really nice in those too, considering. And I do like Savages. I'm not as crazy about the action on a Savage, but I do like Savage because they're very accurate. And Night Strike 1 is with us. Good to see you, Night Strike. Thank you for dropping in, man. Appreciate the support. I appreciate the support of all of you out there, man. It means a lot to me. And thank you for being here. Come on down. I have a backyard. Oh, wow. Let me highlight you, James. Yeah, I was watching your video, remember a few weeks back here about that stainless steel, that I think Bear Creek Arsenal. I love stainless barrels. Boy, they just look sharp. I've got a SPR barrel. I don't have it, but I want it from Aero Precision. I think it's 16-inch fluted, I think. And it's not that bad. It's like $180. I want to get it eventually and put it on a build. And I know Hasbro has the Wilson Combat. He said that's very accurate. Yeah, appreciate the thumbs up, man. Thank you, Night Strike. But good to see you guys and gals, all of you, man. Make sure I didn't miss anybody here because occasionally I get the yakking. I do. Let me see. Anita Blue, love Anita Blue dropped in. Amazing. Lost 100 pounds dancing. Wow. That's amazing. My daughter's on a diet now, getting some kind of shot. And she's trying to, I told her she wouldn't live to see her which is my great grandson. I said, you won't live to see him 50 years old or even 40, maybe even not even 20, unless she gets her health straightened out, you know. But yep. We'll get the vet going here shortly. Like I say, this week I'll be prepping and doing some painting. I still got to get spark plugs. What else I got to get? Spark plugs. I'm going to get an EGR valve, even though I got the USA made because it's 30-something years old. I've tested it, sealed it, and it does leak down a little bit. That may be normal. I mean, it does function. It's not froze or anything. But I thought just, hey, get a lifetime warranty for $50 at, I think it's Advanced Auto Parts. And it probably ain't no good because it's from China. Oh, yeah. It's been getting fairly, I don't know what it's going to get here because I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm hooked up to the internet, so I can tell the weather. It's actually 66 here now in Georgia. It's a good day. That's why I've been painting. I got to go out there in a little while and paint the factory headers black. And I've got complete silver gray colored heat shields on my factory headers. I meant complete. Covers it totally. And they bolt together with little screws, like sheet metal screws. I'm painting that re-silver again with a Eastwood paint that costs $30-something a can. At least $30 plus tax plus shipping, which I did it through Amazon, so I think I paid $34 for it. So I'm going to paint that shield and get that going. And, I mean, if I'm going to put the thing back together, it might as well look decent. I'd like it decent enough at least to put it in a car show. Because it's sitting for 30 years, there is some rust, and I'm getting rid of it with some kind of Rust-Oleum rust killers jelly, almost like naval jelly. I'm using that, and I'm using a little wire wheel brass. And I want to do a little sandpapering of it and a few coats on that thing, and I'll be done by the end of the week. And by the weekend, probably Monday, then I'll take it to the guy, and hopefully he can get it in maybe a month. But we'll get there. Because I definitely want to get out there and do some shooting, too. I've been trying to get my brother to go out shooting lately. We got not a new range, but they redid our range here in Georgia, which I've mentioned to some of you that follow me. It's they got steel out there now. And that would be fun. And I still have 500, it's my brother's. What is it? Acura bullets, 155 grain, I think, coated, plated, to load for my brother, which that'll be some load series I'll be doing here at night on some of the shows. At this point, I got a lot of content. I got, the 40 to load, the 5.56 to do, tools to show. So I'm just kind of, if I don't have content and a lot of other issues that's happened lately, the past few months, I just don't do those Thursday night shows. I want to come on with at least some content so I don't bore you guys to death. That's just the way I am. I want to hear, I don't want to just sit and yak about, talking for the sake of talking. But Multi-Hunter 247, hey man, appreciate you dropping in. I dropped by yours the other day. I think it was one of your lives. I did. It seemed like I think you got a deer, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a deer video the other day. That was a good one. That's something I was wanting to do this year, but now this right here, stupid S Ultra, which, I got it for a good deal, granted, but this right here, there went my camera for streaming. I was going to get a Sony ZV-1 like MacMan and a powered adapter and set it up here and do away with this crappy stuff and have a really good camera. I could zoom in on this stuff here. Well, I had to get this. I'm using an old phone with a text app now, and if I don't have internet, I hit the road. I have no way to call him if I break down. I can't call the wrecker or nothing, which, funny, I grew up that way. But we've got used to these phones. Hard to get rid of them now. But thank you for dropping in. What else can I cover? I've told you pretty much about everything. Rehash, I got Gunsmith coming in today. Tools from Brownells on sale. That's typically when I buy something. So me, Hasbro, maybe Mac, maybe who else was in there? Oh, Eagle. Me and Eagle's definitely going to do some collaboration shows, probably. And he's got a lot of gear and gunsmithing gear, and I'm getting there slowly. There's a few other things I want. And, what else? Actually, used my gun cleaning kit my daughter bought me the other day. Pulled it out and used a brush for something. Anyway, that's about it. Going to be reloading some 5.56 and gunsmith tools, and I'm looking also for a Aero Precision, not the S1, which I like it because it doesn't have the Picatinny rail down on it. I want a 15-inch black handguard from Aero Precision, and I've seen it twice on AR15discounts.com for $129. Sells for like 180, 190. I ain't paying that for it. If I can see it on sale for 129, I'm gonna get the R1 with a full Picatinny rail, 15-inch black. And as soon as if it goes on sale today, I would get it. And I'll be able to start on the build at that point, get, of course, the lower parts kit, and the boat carrier group, a few things like that. Yeah, good people on here, different communities too, be dropping in here, and it's good to see newer communities and hang out with them. I enjoy it. But good to see you, Walter. Multi-Hunter M.C, which I usually just say MC. James Pollard, GGW is with us. Good to see you, man. Vanessa Kitty. James Pollard, Night Strike, Tread. Some of you guys been around quite a while. I appreciate that. Wonder what Hobo's doing. He's probably shocked. He's probably busy. Don't even know I'm doing a stream. He always jumps in and supports. And I appreciate, some of these people may only, from other communities may only drop by and just say hello. Hey, that means something to me. That still means support. And I jump in streams sometimes and I'll say hello, and then I end up leaving it playing, and I have to go take the dog out and get busy sometimes, and I'm just gone. Sometimes I'll say, hey, I got to go, catch you all later, and sometimes I don't. MC, what's he got here on a car? I would go Tulsa if they had an onboard diesel generator like the Chevy Volt. Oh boy, Chevy Volt. No electric for me. I'm a gas guy. I won't say the saying it used to put on the vans, but I'm a gas person. I've been thinking about that lately. I don't think I could never do a sports car electric. I probably could if I was born in, a younger person, or born maybe in the future here when electric cars may be the norm. I don't think electric cars, for the most part, is working out. I've been reading lately that most of them are bankrupt and going bankrupt. And I've seen an article the other day that says the American people don't want it. A big headline somewhere. And but hey, if you like it, you like it. It's just something I don't really personally care for. I love the old gas. It was a tried and true, been around for 100 years or longer, and at least that, and actually longer. You just can't beat them. They're fun. Yeah, I agree, Colt. Yeah. And to believe it or not, I can't imagine having the infrastructure to do it. If we put that many chargers in this country, we would have to have probably 40, 50, 60 nuclear power plants built. Well, Congress is not going to build no 60 nuclear power plants. We're supposed to have, back in the GW years, they said we needed 28 to 30 to come online to meet the future. I haven't heard of any being done. I know we got one here in Georgia, but how are we going to do that? There's no way. This is one of those wishful thinking things that they're talking to their base, which is, we know how they are. I won't go political. But soon, most of this is going to fade, and you will not hear much about it. You'll hear about it from what I mean, but you won't. It'll eventually be history. Just like years ago, we had to cut our thermostat down in the some of you remember this, probably 1970s. We had no energy left in this country. We just literally couldn't go any further. What happened? We got several hundred years of energy left. Yeah, Knight strikes right on that. Let me highlight him here. The problem with electric vehicles in the southeast near South Carolina, Georgia, Florida are that the hurricanes down here, and when the battery packs get wet, they hit. Yeah, I've heard of those too happening. Yep. And I definitely don't want to be in one when it goes up and smoke. Bad enough gasoline. Could be, yeah, James. Yeah, I've thought about that too. I mean, I think sooner or later, one day they probably will come up with something that'll work. But this pie in the sky crap, electric batteries taking us around. And then the ones I read that actually try them and do them, they have hard trouble with them. They end up getting stuck or stopping at places, staying for long. I don't want to stop by some power station and sit there for no hour. And I know they can do the fast charge. I've heard about that. But there you go, more nuclear reactors. So that's not going to work. But sorry about going on a tangent there. But MC says, my sister bought a Tesla Y model, but she lives in Arizona and is a blonde. Okay. Oh, man. I had a girl lady I used to date. Her son come here a few years ago, and I walked out in the driveway, and I looked at his car, and I said, what do you got here? I said, is this thing half and half? And he go, yeah. So he had a car with batteries. I said, what are you doing with a car with batteries in it? Except one, to start. And he says, I know I shouldn't have got it. And I said, no, he's in his 20s. I said, nah, I need you a gas car. I mean, even my sports car, it's 1989. Some of you know about the car. I've seen the video. That car gets 25 to 28 miles on the highway. Seriously, on cruise. At least that. 24 and 25 on the sticker. My four-cylinder gets 19 on the highway. Four-cylinder, four-wheel drive, and two-wheel drive. So when I get that car, it's going to be like I went to an economy car. I won't get 30, but I'll get not far from 30. Because believe it or not, a lot of people think that big motors and lightweight sports cars burn gas. They don't. They're so aerodynamic design that when you go, they just don't use a lot of gas. I've went out of state years ago and from here in Georgia to Lookout Mountain, and I used like a quarter of a tank on a 20-gallon tank, a quarter to get there. So they're very affordable. I can't wait to get it because I could use 25 to 28 miles to the gallon versus 18 and 19. But see, what does James say? He's got CAT is designing hydrogen engines to replace diesel. Oh, wow. Yeah, Hasbro was telling me about diesel today. Something about he had one that's 50 miles to the gallon or something with like a 14-gallon tank. And I didn't realize diesel would get that good of gas mileage or that, fuel mileage. And I thought, wow, man, 50. My daughter's got a car, Chevy, a little white one. And we went to Graceland in it, and it gets 35 to 38. I can't remember, but it don't take much gas in it. Let's see. MC notes she doesn't have any water. She'll get dehydrated. Heat exhaustion first. Okay. Okay. Yeah. GGW's out. You're on the West Coast, though, GGW, aren't you? Oh, yeah. Caliban. That's a good name. I didn't recognize it for a second there. Yeah. Yeah. And see, here's what's weird, GGW. You all, I hear it. I don't know if you have rolling blackouts, but I've heard of them happening out there. I've read that there's no way California can have them. There's no way Texas can have them. We can have them, but we'll be in rolling blackouts, and God, half the day we'll sit around and not have any lights, So we'll be in a heck of a pickle. Heard a guy tried to kill himself by sitting in his garage and let his Corvette run, but it ran too clean to do anything. Wow. I'd say he was lucky, wasn't he, then? I call it Californistan, yeah. I know there's a show with old David Duchovny, what was it, Californication? I thought that was crazy, one crazy bat show. But it could be entertaining at times. But good to see you guys here. I'm going to wind this down and go check the yard and see if Brownells is here yet, which I kind of doubt. But appreciate you being here, each and every one of you. I've kind of went through the line here and spoke to you. Thank you for hanging with me, Russell. He's out there in the UK, across the pond. Check him out, guys. Check each other's channel out. If you want to drop your link right quick before I go, 1776, feel free. Appreciate each and every one of you being here today. Had up to 14 on. Like I said, if I do get the stuff, I may go ahead and post a show around 6:37 time frame. I'm not going to do a long show, though. Maybe an hour, like Mac, maybe an hour and a half, probably an hour, actually. And I'll show some of the gear if it comes in. And I wished it was here now. They always do that thing. I think Brownells did this to me years ago. Goes from UPS to the United States Postal Service. I think it's a way of saving money, of course. And then the post office has to drop it off, which they've already ran. So apparently got another carrier that must do this stuff, unless it's postponed to, for tomorrow. But the mail's done ran. I did not get any gear from Brownells, so I was left out. Working on this phone, and I may still go ahead and pull the trigger too. I've already did some of the gunsmith tools. I got everything I need except the staking tool for the cast nut. I've got almost every tool I need for builds and everything. There's a couple of more things. I'd like to have a short punch set from Grace. It has the short thing for the rope in. I'd like to have that. I've got the Grace long, point. But I'd like to have that one, and it's on, I think $29 on Midway USA. So hopefully, Colt says a lot of deliveries go from you. Yeah. I know. I remember. I had forgot about that. But I definitely remember that when I seen the thing here the other day. I said, today I said, oh, crap, went to the post office. MC says the U.S. has some stupid vehicle restrictions. Oh, yeah. And not only that, Californistan, everything out there causes cancer. If you touch a lawnmower, you'll get cancer. If you touch paint, you'll get cancer. Heck, I think if you touch paper, you'll get cancer in California. Probably a Q-tip. But, it is what it is, unfortunately. Hopefully in a few years, things will turn around and not be this way. But we're going through a weird time. And, these changes that we have in our life, in the world, typically the world kind of gets over it and starts evolving, and it just changes. So hopefully we'll get some changes going one day here. Because like they say, look at the stuff that was happening a couple of years ago, during COVID. A lot of that's died down now. But Proposition 65, ridiculous. I'm not familiar with that one. I've heard the name 65, but I remember that years ago. Everything you touched from California, cancer. I grew up, guys, in the days where lawnmowers didn't have safety things. They didn't have no chute. They didn't have no back flap. Bicycles, no helmets. It's just the way life was. And I didn't do my kids' helmets when I got them bikes, and I probably wouldn't now, to be honest with you. It's just something. And I was in an awful lot of wrecks on a bicycle. I mean, I would jump creeks. I would. I would run off a cliff at 10 foot, and pine straw and leaves, and I would crash down into a big old, like, not creek, but, like almost like a creek with no water. When I was a kid, I'd do all kinds of stunts back in those days. I had a blast doing crazy stuff. I mostly did everything outdoors. I didn't do it, in the house. But, oh, wow, got 10 on. Guys, I appreciate you being here. It means a lot to me. Remember, sorting out life one load at a time. What was the other thing? Oh, freedom is fragile. It is not passed down in the bloodstream. It has to be taught. And that reminds me of what's going on over the ocean or overseas is the problem with being taught the wrong thing. And I won't say anything else about politics on that. But appreciate each and every one of you being here. Y'all have a good evening. And I get the stuff. I'll try to throw a stream up. Thank you. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Appreciate you being here. I'm humbled.